All right, welcome to November's TBR. It's the end of the year, almost. It's glorious. It's still like I have so much to do, and yet there's still so little time left. But I'm really excited about this TBR. This TBR is primarily series, especially ending series. I have 3 series I'm pretty sure I will end this month, and that is exciting. And I have a bunch that I'm going to continue in. There's actually only a few books that are on here for other reasons that have nothing to do with series. And actually, let's start with that. Let us start with the book from Freshly Read Books Spinning Wheel. Sarah does this channel all year, and we only had 2 books left in the stack. And then we got a swap prompt, which was like, we've been waiting for a swap all year, just because of how like the game works. And this was take the book with the most number of pages and swap it with a book with the least number of pages. And on Tuesday, I just went through my entire TBR. And so I was pretty sure it would be The River Has Roots. Which I know so many people who have read this are like, yes, you're finally going to read this. It's so fun. And I think it's going to work really well for kind of the, I don't know, folklore, fairy tale adjacent storytelling I kind of like in the fall. It has stunning illustrations. So like throughout the whole book, there's always like little illustrations on each page and then like full page illustrations. So I'm excited to get to this. Might pair it with the audiobook, might do it on its own. But that's what I'm reading for the spinner wheel. And I'm in the middle of a different book for the spinner wheel, so I haven't fallen behind yet. And it's such a fun challenge for tackling my physical TBR. It's like, I'm so excited to pick my stack for next year. It's just like, oh, I'm so pumped. And I use it for Herked as my readathon prompt. If you've been keeping up with that, I've decided that's what I'm using for my readathon prompt because it is the one I'm participating in. So yeah, this is one of the books I'm reading that has nothing to do with the series. Another one I'm reading that has nothing to do with the series is Rouge Street. This is a collection of 3 novellas, I believe Chinese translation. I know nothing about it other than we're reading it for book club in a couple weeks. And I really like that book club. And I could find the audiobook on Hoopla. And so that's what I'm going to do. I am so energized by going to this book club. It makes me feel so good. Like, I'm just so lucky to live in a place where we have so many people that congregate to do things. So, like, it's just nice that I could find this type of niche book club that works with how I feel, that also comes with, like, a community that I love building around me. And it's really nice because I'm pretty sure I'm done moving for, like, the rest of my life. So I get to feel like I'm putting down some, like, solid roots. Not that I didn't put down roots in Boston, but it did always feel a little bit more temporary, even though it was, like, 8 years of my life. So anyways, I don't know what this is about, but I'm reading it for book club. And the book club's at Hexagon Books. It's in Cleveland Heights across from the Cedar Lee Theater. I love that bookstore so much. And I think those are the 2 that have nothing to do with series. Everything else has to do with the series. Let's start with a buddy read that I'm doing with Ben, and Grace, and Stephanie, and we are finishing his Dark Materials. So here's my Folio Society edition. I love this cover so much. It really shows you how big the trees are. If you know what this is. And this is a really good book. This book really defines who I am as a reader and as a person. I read this at very pivotal points in my life. And I really like these special editions because they're very readable. Like, I don't feel like they're so precious that I can't touch them. I do put like a cover sleeve on it to like protect this art, but the actual pages themselves, they're like really thick poundage and really good pages. Oh, the art in here is so fun. I won't show you the art so I don't spoil anything. And what I'm curious about, I doubt I'll actually notice things, but this is the UK edition, which is different from the US edition. They actually censored out some of Lyra's thoughts from this book in the US edition, because apparently the US couldn't handle a preteen thinking about things. I don't know. I actually have read like one of the passages because my friend Abby Salter, who does have a channel, once went through to find the differences. So once I heard that, I'm like, well, if I'm going to own fancy editions, I want the one with that passage in it. And that is the UK version. So this is a buddy read. We're going to finish his Dark Materials. No, I have not read the prequels and the books after this trilogy. I am terrified of them. And they're not finished yet, but am terrified of them, and they focus more on Lyra and less on my favorite character, who is Will. So, next up, speaking of Hexagon Books, I need to pick up my copy of this, but we have The Sovereign by C.L. Clarke, which is the last book in this series. I've been reading the other ones earlier this fall, late summer, And I'm so excited. Someone in Patreon just finished it. And I'm like, I must know. I want to click on the spoiler blocks. That's what I want to do. If you've never been like in Discord, you can like spoiler block text. And it's like, I want to click that. I want to touch it. I want to push the button. So I need to get it. I have my copy at the bookstore. I need to go pick it up. I also have an e-copy, but it's just like, I want to hold the fancy copy. You know, I want to see this glorious cover in person. And also I will be interviewing C.L. Clarke later this month for my Science Behind the Magic series. And I'm just very excited for that. If this is the first you're hearing of it, I do author interviews occasionally. I brought it back this year because life feels less chaotic. That might not be true, but it feels like it. And I did it with Cadwell Turnbull, who just had A Ruin Great and Free come out, and it was so good. Oh. So I'm really excited to talk to C.L. Clarke about this series that I really love, especially its historical influences and how she's messing with magic and religion. It's just going to be such a good time. And also just talking about Terrain and Luca. They made such amazing characters with those two. So then another buddy read is the last book in the Area X series, Absolution. So this is the last book. I'm calling it the last book. I know there's like this weird other book sort of coming out, but I don't think it's quite necessarily like, I know it's about Area X, but I don't know if it's quite necessarily in this series in the same way. Like all of these start with A titles. They're in prose form. I don't know if the other one's in prose form. And I don't really want to keep going after this. So this is my ending point. This is where I'm hopping off the train. And I'm curious what he thought about doing in this, because Acceptance like kind of was a reasonable stopping point. Like obviously it's Area X, it's always open-ended. Like Acceptance gave us a lot of answers, but not all the answers, and even then it's very unreliable narrators. So were the answers the actual answers? Who's to say? But this one came out a few years ago, and I will be reading it this fall, probably through the audiobook, which is what I've been doing because the prose style is kind of really hard for my brain a lot of the times. So, like I said, that's 3 series. That's 3 series done. And so then I want to continue in Bujold, because I miss Bujold like a lot. Like, I am this close. I am a mental breakdown away from just starting over Verkos again. Not that I've been that close, but my mental health has been a little wonky. Like, not abnormally so, but sometimes when I'm feeling down, I kind of just want to go back to my happy place, which is Verkos again, or the Mask of Mirrors. Both of them could happen. But instead, I would like to keep going in the fantasy world with Paladin of Souls, which was on my October TBR. I didn't get to it, but that doesn't mean I still don't want to read it. So here it is. And I did find that the audiobook is on Hoopla as well. I just have to figure out if I'll like that narrator, because I don't think it's the narrator from Verkos again, which is fine, because he is truly an acquired taste. But I'm excited to get to this because I'm pretty sure it's going to have like competent female character energy a la Cordelia in Verkos again, which I love a competent character. I love to escape into a competent character. There was actually, I don't know if it was on Bluesky or Instagram. I don't know where I saw this post, but it was someone being like, you guys have ruined TV. All anyone wants to do is watch competent people solve murders every week. And it's like, yeah, a little bit. Like sometimes I just want to like hang out with competent people. I don't necessarily do the serialized thing as much anymore, but like, yeah, I mean, that is part of why I really enjoy Bones as like a comfort watch. That was a tangent. So then the next one's really exciting because I did not know that I was going to be getting a copy of this book. And I'm a little astounded by how much it costs. Like, boy, howdy. Granted, it is 700 pages, but it's The Strength of the Few. By James, is it Islington or Islington? I cannot remember. Anyone from, I think he's from Australia. Yes, anyone from Australia, please advise. Islington, Islington. I can look it up later, and I even have a video where he introduced himself to me, but I am now blanking on which one. This is the sequel to The Will of the Many, which I like, but the internet loves. And just because of hype, I'm so excited to read this when it comes out next month. I already pre-ordered the audio. And I did immersion read it last time. Like I had the physical of The Will of the Many, and then I had the audio that I bought. And so I'm excited to do that. This is really pretty. It has really understated sprayed edges. If you're going to do sprayed edges, I think this is the move. I don't like it when they're too bright. But that said, I mean, in the end pages. Oh, it's purple. And the end pages are really stunning. But it's a $34 hardback. Boy, howdy. I remember just 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, oh no, hardbacks are $30 now. And that was just for like a 400-page hardback. So I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed by inflation and the economy and the world on fireness. But I guess I am very lucky that the publisher sent this to me. So thank you so much, Soccer Press. Because I don't know if I would have bought this otherwise, just because, A, the TBR card. Looking at you. But B, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a series that I like, but don't love as much. But if I end up really liking this book, I'm going to have to find a hardcover of the first book in the new cover, which I think it has like slightly gold sprayed edges. And I don't know if that's a Barnes & Noble's only one in the United States or something else. I do love an American hardback. It opens flat. Oh, I love that. That's like my pettiest quality, is I love when American hardback opens flat. I really hate UK hardbacks because they don't open flat. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will grab one for you real quick. This is The Lotus Empire. I love this book, and I do love the sprayed edges, and you can't get it hardback in the US, so I guess better than not, but this is what it does. And I do not enjoy that. This is how books end up on my floors, guys. I just put it down. And will I put it away again? I don't know. Okay. And then my last book to talk about, is this the last book for me to talk about? Yes. Doesn't mean I won't read other things. But, so I tentatively tried to read The Phoenix King earlier this year, but I was very slumpy in September. And I didn't have the audiobook. I didn't even try the audiobook. Like, I'd read it physically the first time and remembered it being kind of propulsive, but then I just wasn't enjoying my reread. Granted, I only read like 4 or 5 pages, but I was very confused. One is Orbit did end a prologue that wasn't there before, and I don't think I enjoyed it. It was like very throw you into the action prologue, and I just didn't enjoy it. I liked the original opening better. That's just me and my tastes. But then I found out that the audiobooks for these series is basically a reunion of the Chorus of Dragons narrators. And like, I love the Chorus of Dragons narrators. Like, I think one of his names is Vicus Adams or something like that. Or is it Adam Vicus? I don't remember. When I see those letters, I'm like, you. I love him. He's one of my favorites. And I think the other narrator is the person who does the City of Brass books, who is only in Chorus of Dragons for one book, but she's very good. And I know I like the first book. I just like wasn't get along physically reading it, but this like has me really excited for an audiobook. And then I think it's the same narrators for the second book, which comes out in November. And so this is part of the whole series of reread the first book, which I read in like 2021. And I didn't even read the trad pub version. I read the indie pub. And then get to the second book that is coming out and that I do have an arc of. But I would like to get the audio. And that's the TBR. That's the tentative TBR. A romance may be thrown on there or not. I read a romance recently that like, I am curious about reading more from that author. And I'm on hold for the newest Allie Hazelwood. So if that shows up, I might read it. I don't know. Depends on when it happens. Let me know what you're reading, doing, watching. Do you think you'll have more reading time or less reading time in November? For me, I have no clue. Part of the problem is that Thanksgiving can either be an amazing reading week or a horrible one. I'm going to guess it's not going to be that great because I'm probably still going to have to be prepping for my online class during that week while balancing family time. But maybe this will be motivation to get myself on top of things. Like after I film this, I could be productive and do work. I could. It's an option. And if you just want to leave an emoji to let me know you're here, oh, what am I most excited for? I don't know. Well, let's look what's on the Strength of the Few's cover. It's got a lot of stuff. Let's do a pyramid. There has to be a pyramid. Let's do a pyramid for the Strength of the Few. And otherwise, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.